Your dog looks at you right now, and you think they're being cute. But what if I told you that stare is actually one of the most psychologically complex things happening in your home right now? Every single one of these moments, your dog is trying to tell you something, and most owners completely miss it. I'm going to break down 5 dog psychology facts that will completely change how you communicate with, train, and bond with your dog. And I promise, by the end of this video, you will never look at your dog the same way again. To understand why your dog behaves the way they do, you have to go back, way back, about 15,000 to 40,000 years. Dogs didn't just randomly become man's best friend. It was a mutual partnership. Wolves that were less fearful of humans got closer to their camps, got more food, and slowly, generation by generation, evolved into what is now the domestic dog. But here's what most people don't realize. Your dog still carries a lot of that ancient wiring. The instincts, the communication signals, the social structure, it's all still in there. And when you ignore that psychology, when you treat your dog like a small furry human, that's when behavioral problems start. Anxiety, aggression, destructiveness, excessive barking. None of that is your dog being bad. It's your dog being misunderstood. So let's fix that. Here are the 5 psychology facts that every single dog owner needs to understand. Fact number 1. Your dog lives in the present, not the past. This is probably the most common mistake I see. Your dog chewed up your shoes 2 hours ago. You come home, you see the mess, and you scold them. Your dog has absolutely no idea why you're angry. Dogs have a short-term memory of roughly 2 minutes. That means the connection between the action and your reaction has to happen almost immediately for them to understand it. When you scold them hours later, they're not feeling guilt. That guilty look, that's actually a fear response to your body language and tone. They're responding to you, not to what they did. The fix? Catch the behavior in the moment, redirect immediately, and stop punishing after the fact. It does nothing except damage your bond. Fact number 2. Dogs don't want to be alpha, they want to feel safe. For decades, dog training was built on one concept: dominance. You had to be the alpha. You had to show the dog who was boss. Scruff shakes, leash corrections, forced submission. Here's the problem. That entire theory was based on flawed wolf research from the 1970s. The scientist who wrote it has since publicly renounced his own findings. Dogs don't operate in a dominance hierarchy with humans. What they actually crave is safety, consistency, and clear communication. Think of yourself less like a pack leader and more like a trusted parent. A parent who sets boundaries not out of dominance, but out of love and structure. When your dog feels safe, they're calmer, more trainable, and significantly less likely to develop anxiety or aggression. Fact number 3. Boredom is the root of most bad behavior. Excessive barking, chewing, digging, escaping. What do all of these have in common? Boredom, specifically unmet mental stimulation needs. We walk our dogs and think that covers it. But for many breeds, especially herding breeds, working breeds, and terriers, physical exercise is only half the equation. Mental stimulation, puzzle feeders, scent work, training sessions, socialization can tire a dog out faster than a 1-hour walk. A mentally stimulated dog is a calm dog, and a calm dog is one that's not redecorating your furniture. Fact number 4. Dogs communicate through calming signals, and you're probably missing them. Norwegian dog trainer Turid Rugas identified over 30 behaviors she calls calming signals, the language dogs use to communicate stress, discomfort, or a desire to de-escalate. Yawning, lip-licking, looking away, sniffing the ground suddenly, turning their body sideways. These aren't random quirks. These are complete sentences your dog is speaking, and most owners don't even know the language exists. When your dog yawns during training, they're not tired, they're stressed. When they lip their lips during a hug, they're not being affectionate, they're uncomfortable. When they sniff the ground during a greeting, they're not distracted, they're calming the situation. Learning this language doesn't just help your dog, it rebuilds trust from the ground up. Fact number 5. Your emotional state directly shapes your dog's behavior. This one might be the hardest to hear, but it might also be the most powerful. Dogs are what researchers call emotional sponges. They don't just read your body language, they actually synchronize with your nervous system. A 2019 study from Uppsala University found that dogs and their owners share synchronized cortisol, the stress hormone, meaning when you're chronically stressed, your dog is too. An anxious owner, an anxious dog. A calm owner, a calm dog. It really is that direct. This is why two people can give a dog the exact same command and get completely different results. Your energy is part of the message. The most powerful training tool you have isn't a clicker or a treat, it's your own regulated nervous system. Now let's talk about the thing most dog health videos miss entirely: psychological health. We know to vaccinate, we know to groom, but are we maintaining our dog's mental well-being with the same consistency? Here's what your dog actually needs to thrive psychologically. Number 1, consistent routine. Dogs are creatures of habit. Unpredictable schedules create low-grade anxiety. Number 2, adequate socialization, especially in the critical window between 3 and 14 weeks. Miss this window and you're managing fear for life. Number 3, safe space. Every dog needs a place that is fully theirs, a crate, a corner, a bed that no one invades. Number 4, positive training. Not just for obedience, training is mentally enriching. A 10-minute session gives your dog a job, builds confidence, and strengthens your bond simultaneously. Number 5, connection. Actual eye contact, gentle touch, talking to your dog. These aren't silly. They release oxytocin in both of you. A psychologically healthy dog lives longer, gets sick less often, and is a fundamentally more joyful presence in your life. So, who needs to know all of this? This is for you if you're a first-time dog owner who wants to start right. You've had dogs your whole life but still struggle with behavior. You've adopted a rescue with unknown trauma. You have a high-energy working breed dog who never seems to settle. You've tried everything and nothing seems to work. And who should absolutely revisit their approach? Anyone still using punishment-based training, not because you're a bad person, but because the science simply doesn't support it anymore. Anyone who expects their dog to just know what's expected without clear communication. Anyone treating behavioral problems as personality flaws rather than missed needs. Here's the thing about dog psychology. It's not complicated. It just requires you to shift your perspective. Stop asking, "Why is my dog being bad?" and start asking, "What is my dog trying to tell me?" When you make that shift, everything changes. Training becomes easier, your bond deepens, and your dog, they finally feel understood. If this video helped you see your dog differently, drop a paw in the comments and tell me which fact surprised you the most. I read every single one. And if you want to go deeper, I've linked a full video on reading dog body language right here. Trust me, once you learn it, you can never unsee it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.